The second quarter here on Hawk Sports Talk. We'll move to the sophomore class for the Hartford women's basketball team. We welcome in the sophomore forward, number 24, Alyssa Reaves, and two back-to-back grind wins. And I felt after that win yesterday like I'm just the announcer, and I was kind of like mentally exhausted from it. Wins like that are draining, but it's, I guess, clutch when you come away with the victory. How are you handling that mental status? Because like I said, I'm not playing, but I was mentally drained. You were playing.
It's all about keeping composure and staying calm and just working, fighting through the mental battles and the physical battles. So it's very draining, but basketball in general is draining. So it's just about pushing through until you get the win and then relaxing.
What's it like in the heat of the moment? You know, second half, you guys in both victories, you guys had 2 or 3 point leads going into halftime. So whatever the speech is at halftime, and then the second half in both games where, you know, the refs are blowing the whistles, you really have to make those in-game adjustments. What's it like in the heat of the battle, inside the huddle, on the court, and just knowing that you're watching the clock, hoping that, you know, we have more points than they do?
Well, it's definitely about maintaining the intensity, but also not letting it affect us badly so that we're continuing with turnovers and making bad decisions. So I would say in the heat of the moment, it's about staying calm and trying to be more of a leader on the floor and trying to take control and keeping my teammates keeping them calm and keeping them composed for the game. So
yesterday in the game, I talked to Coach Rosati, and she had mentioned that Binghamton is a tough place to play. It seems to be one of those trap games, and she talked about the energy with me on the pregame show. Did she mention that to you ladies in the pregame conversation, if not at halftime, just about keeping the energy from Hartford, keeping it going to make sure you guys come away with a win?
Yeah, she was definitely she definitely pinpointed us staying together, and well, I would say Binghamton's always been a place where, like, on the court, the vibes just change constantly.
There's something about it.
Yeah, and so she just wanted us to not play down and to remember who we are and to play Hartford basketball and remember that's what we need to be fighting for.
We're here on Hawk Sports Talk. We're sitting down with the sophomore forward and Alyssa Reaves. This has been an up-and-down season overall for the team. It's been an up-and-down season for you, but I really kind of credit you for keeping your sanity and, you know, not hitting the panic button. How are you able to kind of do that, because things are starting to change for you right now?
Well, it's definitely been a big mental year for me, and I would say I've grown a lot in that way, and it's been a time for me to step back and look at the game as more of a player and as a teammate, and I was able to learn how to be a teammate, and in that way it helped me on the court. So now that I am out there, I am in the middle of everything, I have another approach to it, I have another perspective for it, and so I feel like I've grown in that way. So now I can contribute not only at like scoring points or getting rebounds, but I can also do the little things like hustling on defense and just that extra play. So I feel like that has helped me to grow in that way.
Well, you found a way to grow against the top team in Albany. You scored 12 points. You reeled in 5 rebounds. What was it in that game where you just went off?
We didn't have Sherelle that game, so I knew that I needed to step up, and I knew that was my time. And it was just something about Albany just really gets to you in that gym, that area. And I just felt that game that I was ready. And so I came out and I was ready.
You have an advantage because you're a lefty. I think a lot of people don't pick up on that, and they always play to the right side for everybody. Do you find that that is a true advantage for you?
I definitely do, because people never expect it really, and so I continue to use it until they take it away from me. So I'll definitely say that it's an advantage for me.
We're here with the sophomore forward on the women's basketball team, Alyssa Reaves. just a sophomore, but, let's kind of go back, I guess, now, almost 2 years ago when you decided to come here to the University of Hartford. You're from Bloomfield, so right down the road. Your parents try to make it to as many games as possible. I see them traveling, even on the road. Just kind of reflect on that you decided to stay close to home when a lot of people, go away 3-4 hours to get away from their folks and kind of grow up as an individual. Reflect back on that moment about choosing Hartford and staying close to home.
Well, initially, I wanted to get out of Connecticut like as fast as possible.
You and me both.
But Coach Rosati is a great coach, and she runs a great program, and so obviously that was a huge factor in my decision. And I'm definitely a home person. I like to be home, and I like my own area. I just like home, and so it wasn't that hard of a decision. And I'm staying on campus, so if I don't want to be home, I don't have to be home. But then when there are the times where I want to go home and I just need to be home, then it's right there available for me.
That's a good way to look at it. Well, I got a feeling that there's 6 regular season games. There's still the postseason, and I feel like Alyssa Reaves, I feel like you're on the brink of something good. And here's a little tidbit for you. Last year in Maine, you set a career high in points with 15 against the Black Bears.
Sure did.
All right. So you got a couple days to think about that, refocus, and good luck on this Sunday's matchup.
Thank you.